So sorry that your FINRA exam didn't go well. You're probably wondering, where do you go from here? What do you do to get back into the material? Well, let's take a moment to talk about that. So first thing, take a day to lick your wounds. It's certainly disappointing, but realize that you're not the first one ever to fail a FINRA exam. It happens all the time. You just need to change your plan, slightly perhaps, but go and put it to work, and then you'll be ready to go. Before we get into the details of how to proceed with your study plan, you should write down any content areas that you found confusing or difficult. You'll want to go back and look at these just to make sure that you're continuing to perfect your knowledge so that you have these bases covered. Now, let's take a look at what your score actually was on the exam. Were you within 5 points of passing, or were you a little further away from the passing score? If you are a little further away, the best step for you is to go back into the book. There's some basic information that you may have missed the first time around, so you need to address that and ensure that you master that so that you can be successful. So the strong recommendation here is begin with Chapter 1, skim through the book, slow down on areas that you don't understand or that you didn't get through well the first time around. If you were the person that was within 5 points of the exam, you're going to go directly into the video lectures. If you finished your reading of the book because you were farther away, you too will follow that step with the video lectures. When you go through the video lectures, approach them as you did the first time. By that I mean download the notes, ensure that you're taking very careful notes as you go through, and rewind enough so that when you go through the areas that are tough, you're ensuring that you're capturing the detail that you may have missed before. This process is essential. It's very, very important that you identify the areas that you didn't know well so that you can perfect them as you go forward. Ensure that you have a solid notes document that you can go back and reread before you take the test again. Very important part of the process. Once you've been through the video lectures, you now need to go into the test bank. A suggestion is that you complete 2 full exams on all topics. So if it was a Series 7, make sure you create 2 135 exams on all topics. Go through those exams just as if it was test day, and identify, after completing both, the areas in which you were weak. So by looking at the results, you'll see perhaps that there was a topic here or there that you may have scored below 70%. Spend time doing topical exams on those topics and continue working them until you achieve a passing score. Now, when you're working topical exams like this, make sure you're using the mode in the exam bank that allows you to review the answers as you go. And take the time to do it. Make sure that you're looking very carefully at the rationale, whether you got the question right or wrong, so that you can fill in any gaps of information. If you're still finding the information difficult to comprehend, this is when you go back into the textbook. Make sure you take the time to read and understand any information that you may have missed before. Continue testing until you're regularly achieving scores of 75 to 80%. You want to leave no stone unturned in this go-round. You want to be sure that you're putting yourself in the strongest possible position. No question that you can be successful. So be an overachiever. Shoot for a score that's a little bit higher than passing and make yourself achieve it on a regular basis. Once you get done with your practice exams, it's time for last stage prep. Be sure you go back into the training center and download the class summary. Review that class summary a few times. There is a lot of important detail there that will make a big difference for you, so make sure you know it inside and out. Then take the diagnostics and benchmark exams another time. Hopefully you'll see a great lift in your score, but don't get overconfident. Make sure that you spend time to review every little thing that you got incorrect before you consider yourself done with that task. Keep studying, keep building confidence, and you'll have this behind you in no time. Good luck.